Have you ever really stopped to think about the difference between what you believe in your heart right now and what it might be like to one day, well, see it all face to face with perfect clarity? It's one of the biggest questions of faith, and it's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
And to help us do that, we're going to let the 17th century theologian John Owen be our guide. He wrote this incredible comparison between these two ways of seeing. So first, we'll dive into this idea of two sights, faith versus sight. Then we'll explore why our faith right now is kind of like putting together a puzzle. After that, we'll look at what it means to finally see the complete picture. And then we'll get into the really amazing part, the power this vision has to actually change us, leading to what Owen calls the ultimate blessedness. It's going to be good.
All right, so let's start with the big idea. Owen says there are basically two ways we can perceive the glory of Christ.
So, Owen lays out this really simple distinction, but man, the implications are huge. Right here, right now, we see by faith, but one day, in heaven, we're going to see by sight. And here's the kicker. Owen argues this isn't just a small difference. These two ways of seeing are fundamentally different, not just in how we see, but in the actual effect that seeing has on us.
Okay, so let's start with what we're all experiencing right now. How does faith see anything? Well, Owen suggests it's a lot like trying to put together a beautiful but really complex puzzle.
At this moment, we're basically building our understanding piece by piece. We don't just get one big, overwhelming download of information. No, instead, we gather these little fragments of knowledge from all over the place, from descriptions, from metaphors, from all these testimonies scattered throughout Scripture. We collect them, as Owen puts it, one by one, and we slowly start to form a picture in our minds.
Owen has this absolutely beautiful way of describing it. He says it's like we're walking through this massive, incredible garden, and our job is to pick these individual choice flowers to create a bouquet. The bouquet we end up with is stunning, for sure, but it's not the whole garden, not even close.
And you know what? This whole piecemeal approach, it's on purpose. Owen basically suggests that if the full, unfiltered glory of Christ was revealed to us all at once, it would just completely overwhelm us. Think about it like the stars in the night sky. Their light is spread out all over, not concentrated in one single blinding point. In the same way, this glory is scattered throughout the Bible so that we can actually take it in, one piece at a time.
Okay, so that's the here and now, the puzzle piece view of faith. Now let's completely switch gears and contrast that with the all-at-once comprehensive vision of sight that Owen describes for the future.
When we get to heaven, the experience is a complete 180. It's not about collecting flowers anymore, it's about seeing the entire garden in one single glance. All those separate pieces we've been gathering by faith, his personality, his suffering, his power, his incredible love, all of it will be presented to us in one unified, breathtaking, instantaneous vision.
And look, Owen is the first to admit that we literally can't wrap our heads around this right now. He says it's something that will not yet enter into our hearts to conceive. But just try to imagine it for a second. Comprehending everything, all at once. A complete and perfect picture that our minds right now can't even begin to process. That's the promise of sight.
And this brings us to what Owen thinks is an even bigger, more profound difference. It's not just about how we see, but about the unbelievable effect that seeing has on us.
So here's the bottom line. Faith, by seeing Christ now, absolutely does change us, but it's a slow, gradual, and ultimately incomplete process. Sight, on the other hand, is going to transform us instantly and perfectly.
And don't get me wrong, the change we experience through faith here on earth is absolutely real. The Bible talks about us being changed from glory to glory. But as Owen points out, a lot of the time, it's almost imperceptible, right? It's like how our bodies get older. It happens by insensible degrees. It's a process of becoming better, but it's not a switch that gets flipped to instant perfection.
Now, this verse, Owen basically hangs his entire argument on it. And I want you to notice the cause and effect here, because it's so important. The verse doesn't say we will become like him so that we can see him. It's the other way around. The very act of seeing him is what makes us like him. The vision itself is the catalyst for our final transformation.
So you might be asking, okay, but how does this instant transformation actually happen? Well, Owen lays out this really cool logical progression. First, at death, our soul is freed from all the weaknesses of the body and sin. Second, all of its spiritual abilities, like faith and love, are finally set at liberty to focus completely on God. Third, a new light of glory is given to the soul, a capacity it just didn't have before. And finally, in that very first moment of seeing with that new light, bam, the transformation is immediate and it is complete.
So this all leads us to the grand finale. What does this perfect, totally transforming vision actually produce in us? Owen calls it the ultimate state of blessedness. This whole idea actually has a pretty cool official name in theology, the beatific vision. And it's just a formal way of saying that the direct sight of God is the source of ultimate, perfect, and eternal happiness and rest for our souls.
Okay, but wait a minute. Wouldn't just staring at the same thing for all of eternity get a little boring? Owen says absolutely not, and he gives two amazing reasons why. First, the thing we're looking at, God, is infinite. You literally can never get to the end of him. And second, our happiness doesn't just come from looking, but from what he calls continual, fresh communications from that infinite source. It's always new, always fresh.
Owen wraps it all up with this incredible poetic image. It's not a stagnant pond we're looking at. No, we get to drink from an endless river of pleasure. It's a state of unending satisfaction, joy, and refreshment, coming straight from the source of all life and light. So that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If we really believe that one day the puzzle will be finished, that the bouquet will become the entire garden, and that seeing clearly will finally make us whole, how does that hope change the way we live with our incomplete picture and all of our unanswered questions, right here and right now?